Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Starting at Solitary. Blind Rob here. This is week 262, I believe. This week we're talking about crystals. And once again, I'm stepping in and subbing in for Corvus once more, as it seems to be this, thing that I'm doing, pandemic, coronavirus, a lot of people can't make videos at this point, or it could be whatever, it could be, and that's fine. I have no problem making videos, though I feel kind of bad about it because it's like, people are probably tuning in and watching and, expecting, his voice and his opinions and his perspective. Instead, they're getting mine. I hope, whatever the case may be, that Corvus is doing well, and that you all tuning in right now are enjoying what I have to share. And I also know I'm fully aware of the fact that this video is once again late. I have no excuse. It's just, life is crazy. Pandemic, Corona. It's Corona time. Things happen, It's, like I've said several times before, I do this when I can. I'm hoping to kind of get things, turned around so I can get my contributions to this channel when it is my turn. When it is my turn, to step up and cover for someone, as I've been doing here for the past little while for Corvus. Do it on time, so I don't have to worry about it later. But right now, it's regardless of my intentions are good, but my ability to do so are not good enough. So that away, this week's topic for week 262, we're talking about crystals. Funny thing about this topic, you see on the write-up list that we have of the topics for the week, and oh, sweet breege, there are a ton of them. It's written as the crystals that we refuse to work with or the crystals that we hate or something to that effect. However, when Tara reminded us about this topic, she asked us to record videos about the crystals that we recommend. So I'm going to do what I like to do in these kind of situations, what I've done in the past with previous channels and on previous collab channels on rare occasions. I am going to shoot for the stars and try to hit two birds with one stone, because that's the way I roll. So I'm going to be completely upfront with you all that I am probably the worst person in the world to be asked these questions and this topic. Because crystals do not play a huge part in my practice. And it's not that I don't like crystals. Don't get me wrong. Crystals are awesome. They're beautiful. They're magical. It's just for years I've not been able to connect with, or let alone build a relationship with or work with 99% of crystals out there. And for the longest time, I've wondered, is there something wrong with me? If there's something wrong with my energy, with my way of doing things, is my mindset not into it? Am I just not meant to work with crystals? And, excuse me, there's been times in the past where I felt, I felt really self-conscious about it. I felt like I was a terrible spiritual person, a terrible magical person, for not being able to work with crystals. In fact, I have been kicked out of groups. I have been shunned by groups of pagans and witches for not being able to work with crystals, because apparently crystals is one of those common hallmarks of one's practice that determines that you're an authentic pagan, witch, whatever, insert various similar terms, practice here. Whatever, I don't know. So yeah, I kind of felt bad about that. In fact, if you would have asked me years ago, hell, if you would have asked me months ago, I would have told you, as far as crystals I don't recommend, or crystals that I hate, or crystals that I cannot work with, I would literally have said 99.9% of them. However, I've recently discovered that my personal problem regarding crystals is it's not something with the crystals in of themselves, and it's not something wrong with me that's keeping me, that's holding me back, that's hindering me from working with crystals, with connecting with crystals, from building relationships with crystals, to incorporating them in my practice and getting something worthwhile out of them. It's how they are produced, how they are maintained, how they are manipulated, how they are transformed. And what I mean is, for some strange reason, and I have no idea what it is, what it could be, but there's something about the process of tumbling stones, tumbling crystals, that does something to the energy that just makes it off-putting to me. And I know this for a fact because I finally decided to put this theory of mine to the test, and I purchased some crystals. Some raw, rough crystals that have not been tampered with, have not been tumbled, have not been, done anything with. They are as they should be. And one of them is amethyst. I know amethyst is like this real big common, all-purpose 101 beginner type crystal. A lot of people in witchcraft and paganism and spirituality, they're like, hey, get this, work with this, live it, may it be part of your life because it's awesome in so many ways and it can do so much for you, kind of thing. And out of all the crystals that I've had the worst experience with for all the years I can think of, amethyst was the top one that I had. The closest that I have ever connected with an amethyst in the past in a tumbled form. The impression I got was basically keep out, stay out, go away, you're not wanted here, that kind of feeling. Okay, whatever. So for years I thought, amethyst just did not like me for whatever weird reason. Maybe there's just something wrong with me. But no. One of the rough crystals I recently purchased was an amethyst, and I honestly don't know if we'll become the best of friends. But I can connect with it. I can get energy from it. I can feel it. I can connect with it. I can get something out of it. And I've ended up purchasing like 11 different types of crystals. And for the most part, all of these crystals I can connect to with on some level. Some more than others. So, and the funny thing is I've asked people in the crystal community in the past, and I'm like, look, is there something with the process of tumbling that makes it so that some people cannot work with them? And they're like, no, that's not a thing. Well, I'm starting to think that they're wrong, because I am definite proof that for me at least, tumbling just doesn't work. It does something to the crystal. It messes with its natural energies, I guess, and it makes it like near impossible for me to connect with and work with most crystals. So, as far as crystals that I do not recommend, crystals that I do not like, that I refuse to work with, those kind of things, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I cannot tell you what they are because I don't have the knowledge or the experience, because all prior experiences that I had with crystals were done through a particular perception, through a particular dichotomy. It was done through tumbled, and I have established the fact that the process of tumbling screws up. It basically ruins the energy, ruins the ability for me to connect with crystals. So I can't go by with that. All experiences, all knowledge, all things gained from trying to work with crystals with those days needs to be tossed out the window. I got to start from day one, from scratch, so on and so forth. Fine, fair enough. So, as far as crystals, I will recommend some of my favorite crystals. Smoky quartz, hands down, my absolute favorite crystal. I have no idea why, outside of the fact that my particular piece of smoky quartz, which is a spear, crystal ball spear, was gifted to me by Loki and is bloodbound to me. But it is the one. But smoky quartz in general is the one crystal that I don't. It can be tumbled. I can still connect to it, no problem. I don't know why that is. Maybe I just have some weird, unique affinity for smoky quartz. I have no idea. But it is hands down the crystal that I would recommend working with. In fact, there's been a few people. It's like, Rob, I know you don't know much about crystals, but From your limited perspective, your limited experience, which one crystal, hands down, would you recommend? And that will always be, till the day I die, smoky quartz. Now, I'm talking about good smoky quartz. I'm not talking about irradiated smoky quartz, that almost solid black looking smoky quartz where people feed. If I remember correctly, it's something to do with like normal quartz that they feed, radiation into it to make it look smoky, and instead it just makes it look sick. The energy of it is just atrocious. It's abhorrent to me. I don't know, but either way, other crystals that I've had some interesting experiences with that I would recommend are serpentine, aquamarine. Sorry, not aquamarine, but aventurine, specifically blue aventurine, though the green is not bad either. Red jasper, obsidian. I love me some obsidian. Mixture of fire, earth, can never go wrong there. What else? Serpentine, aventurine, jasper, obsidian, smoky quartz, Icelandic spar. Spar? Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But yeah, and I don't know why I recommend them. They're just crystals that I've experienced so far. And there's one more. Blood kind of stone. Kind of looks like, in its raw form, it kind of looks like brown, yellow, and white. It's carmelian? Something in that effect. Out of the crystals that I bought recently, it's one of the ones I can connect to the most. Excuse me. I don't know why. And part of the reason why I don't know why is and it's part of the reason why even moving, stepping forward, moving on, trying to build a practice with crystals, I'm a little hesitant because most of the places, books that I've found that talks about crystals, they explain what their metaphysical, what their spiritual properties are, but they don't always tell you where it comes from. Where did this information come from? Does it come from several cultures? Is it like pieces of information, pieces of things that people have noticed, have experienced with these crystals over time and have collected them together? I need to know because I don't like incorporating things in my practice unless I know where it comes from. I'm very picky about that. I'm very much a perfectionist about that. I will refuse to work with something or incorporate something in my practice unless I can analyze it, figure out its origins, where a particular piece of info comes from, and where or not I feel that it's appropriate for me to do anything with. This is one of the big reasons why I am violently opposed to how correspondences are collected and used in modern spiritual communities. But I know it's something that I will have to work through in my own time down the road. So, yeah, anyway, I'm sorry this video was not helpful at all. This was probably not the video that you were expecting. And now that I have a mental image of Obi-Wan Kenobi going, this is not the video you were expecting. This is not the droid you're looking for. Jedi mind trick. Anyway. Till next time. May Breach bless and Loki guide you. Take care.